All right, so Micah, an intern with the Parks and Recreation Department, is developing a proposal for the new trapezoidal Springdale Park. The figure below shows her scale drawing of the proposed park with 3 side lengths and the radius of the merry-go-round given in inches. In Micah's scale drawing, 1 inch represents 1.5 feet. So the question says Micah's proposal includes installing a fence on the perimeter of the park. What is the perimeter in feet of the park? So we know that perimeter is the distance around the outside of a figure. So if we look at our figure here, we know almost all of the sides. So here we have 28 inches, 16 inches, 40 inches. The only piece we don't know is this diagonal part of the trapezoid right here. So in order to find the perimeter, we need to find the length of that yellow piece. Excuse me. The length of that yellow piece, we can draw in this green segment right here. And by doing that, we actually create a right triangle. This is a rectangle, so we know we have a right angle here, and we have a right angle over here. The height of that right triangle, so the height of that green piece there, is going to be 16 inches because we've created a rectangle here. So if the right-hand side is 16 inches, this green segment would also be 16 inches. Let me put my units on there, 16 inches. So when we have a right triangle, we need to find the length of the yellow segment. We're going to have to use the Pythagorean theorem. So to use that, we need to figure out what the length of this bottom piece here is, and I'm going to highlight blue. And this one's actually pretty easy to figure out. If this entire bottom piece is 40 inches, and the length of the rectangle is 28 inches, to find the length of this blue piece, you would just do 40 minus 28 to get 12. So now we have the 2 legs of the right triangle. We can use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for the hypotenuse. So remember, the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. In that formula, a and b represent the legs, so in this case it's going to be 12 and 16. And c is the hypotenuse, which we don't know. So we have 12 squared plus 16 squared equals c squared. We're going to solve that. We get 400 equals c squared. Then remember, to undo squaring something, we take the square root of both sides. So I'll draw that in really quick. And when we do that, we get that c is equal to 20. So the length of this yellow piece is 20 inches. Because remember, the scale drawing is in inches. So now to find the perimeter, all we need to do is add up all the sides. So perimeter is equal to 28 plus 40 plus 16 plus 20, because it's the distance around the outside of a figure. When we do that, we get that the perimeter is equal to 104 inches. Now here's where we need to be careful. 104 is a choice here for the answer, but it is not the correct answer, because looking back at the question, they want our answer in feet. So the problem tells us that in the scale drawing, 1 inch represents 1.5 feet. So we need to take our 104 inches and multiply it by 1.5 to figure out how many feet of fencing that we need. When we do that, the correct answer is E, 156 feet.